Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Edwin, the comic jabroni, coming at you. Thanks for checking out my new comic book day pickups and review video. I'm sitting outside my local comic shop, about 20 minutes left to go until they open, hoping to get inside and pick up one copy of Naomi, one copy of Immortal Hulk, the A cover, and one copy of Shredder in Hell. Hopefully you guys got out and picked up everything you wanted, but to see what I picked up, you're just gonna have to stay tuned. So welcome back, guys. Like I said in that intro video, got to my local comic shop a little early. Kind of went over in my mind the list of books that I was really looking for, especially that Naomi. That was super hot today. Immortal Hulk, that was a big one. And that Shredder in Hell. Those were the three books that I was really looking forward to. There were other books that I saw on the wall that I ended up getting as well, and I'm going to showcase those off for you. As always, guys, this is my pickups and review video for New Comic Book Day. There will be minimal spoilers. I try not to give you everything that's going on in the book, but I like to give you just enough that kind of makes you feel or want to go out and get this book. Also, in the description below, I'll be time stamping when I'll talk about indie books, when I'm talking about Marvel and DC. So, without further ado, let's get into the list. All right, so let's start off with back issue books that I got. New Comic Book Day wouldn't be New Comic Book Day without me going through some back issues and seeing, hey, let's see if I can catch some fire. And I did. Picked up 3 books today that I've been looking for. One for a while, and the other two because Jim's comic was actually talking about it earlier, and my buddy Comic Book Villain kind of put me onto it. First one, you guys know that I'm a huge Batman fan, and I'm looking for Bat Family member first appearances. And this is one that I did not have, and it's weird because it's probably one of the easier ones to get, and that's going to be Batman Sword of Azrael, Book 1. This right here is the first appearance of Azrael, book that I didn't have. I had seen it a few times, but the price just wasn't there for me. A lot of people were asking like $15 to $20. Didn't really want to pay that. So when I was looking through the back issue bins and I saw it for $7, plus I get the 20% discount because I am a subscriber at that local comic shop, I just couldn't pass it up, man. Sword of Azrael, Book 1, first appearance. And the next two, these are ones that have been heating up with Wonder Woman, Circe, first appearance of Circe. A lot of people were talking about it being in War of the Gods, #1, that came out in like 1988, 1989. But it's actually going to be in these Wonder Woman books. And the first one is Wonder Woman 18. This is going to be her first cameo appearance of Circe. She's going to have a big role to play in Justice League Dark here very soon. And as well as people were talking about her being in the new Wonder Woman movie. Not only is Cheetah going to be probably the main antagonist, but Circe might play a role in the new Wonder Woman movie. So Wonder Woman 18, that is going to be the first cameo appearance, and her first full appearance is in Wonder Woman 19. Look at this cover right there, guys. That is such a beautiful cover. Wonder Woman down there in the bottom, kind of tied up by her neck. Circe up here, just being the queen bee that she is, I guess you could say. So super happy to get those, man. These are starting to heat up. You could probably find them on eBay anywhere between $10 and $20. I think they're going to start heating up a little bit more than that. I found them at $5 with my 20% discount. I think I got a good deal on those. What do you guys think? Were you able to pick up any, back issue bins while you were back issue comics while you were digging through the back issue bins? Got it? All right. So let me know, guys. So that's it that I picked up older issues. Let's get into New Comic Book Day pickups and reviews. All right. So let's get into Independence. We are going to start it off with Image. Image. Let's go with Image. First up, we got Little Bird Chapter 3. You got the old man, or as they call him in the book, the axe in here. This is it's a crazy story, I have to say. I've read the first 2 issues. I've got multiple copies of issue 1 just because that's how much I dug it. I liked it. I love the artwork in it. It's a different artwork style in there. when you're looking at the artwork, it's like the story doesn't match the artwork. It's more of a kid's artwork. I don't really know how to explain it, but then it gets into this gore and blood and violence. It is a very violent book, guys. This is definitely for mature audiences, not for kids. Story is, pretty much the Catholic Church has taken over the United States and Canada, and they've kind of defeated all of these different opposing forces that have tried to take them over. But you got this the axe and this little girl, little bird, that they're trying to rise back up to defeat this Catholic Church that is based, I think, in Washington, D.C., I want to say. But a really crazy story. In this issue, you get some deaths, you get some crazy action scenes, really awesome stuff, man. I am digging Little Bird. I really hope this is a series that is ongoing and it's not just a 6 or 9 issue miniseries. Really digging Little Bird. Next up on the list from Dark Horse Comics, man, we got Last Stop on the Red Line. My buddy Rod from Just a Rican and his comics kind of put me onto this one. I saw it up on the wall. I said, you know what? Let me give it a chance, man. Independence with a book number one issue. Let me give it a chance. And I gotta say, I wasn't a fan, guys. I was texting back and forth with Perry and Rod, and I just kept telling them it's weird. I don't know how else to explain it. On this train, there is a woman that's strangled to death, and there's a detective that is looking into, what is happening. But at the same time, there's this man, this like a vagrant, they called him, that saves the daughter from some geese. She calls them killer geese, but they're just regular geese at a lake. And he saves her from these geese that I guess are attacking her. Brings him over to the house, the detective's house, and they eat dinner. The husband comes over, kicks him out of the house because he doesn't know who this man is, some random dude that the wife invited over. And there's another strangling on another train. I'm guessing that she's gonna be looking into that. That's going into the next issue. It's weird, guys. That's all I gotta say. If you're into some weird comic books with some violence in there, I would pick it up. But if not, it really wasn't my thing, and I don't think I'm gonna be picking up issue number 2 going on. All right. So the big one that I picked up from Independence, it's going to be from IDW. You guys absolutely had to know I was grabbing this, and that is Ninja Turtles Shredder in Hell number 3. This is the retailer 1 in 10 incentive cover variant. I'm always picking up the retailer incentives. I'm super lucky that my local comic shop, I've been shopping with them for so long. I'm in really good with the owner. We're really cool that he puts these away for me, man, and I pay cover price for him. So Shredder in Hell, issue 3. He's still in hell. He's trying to figure out who he is. They keep calling him this dragon because he shares the spirit of Takeshi Tatsuo. Now, if you watched my Arcs and Minis episode on the secret history of the Foot Clan, which I'm going to post right there, Takeshi Tatsuo was the greatest swordsman to ever live in feudal Japan. He gets killed off. The spirit of Tatsuo gets put into a Rokusaki, who is the Shredder. So Shredder is in hell. He's trying to fight off these demons of his past. And it's a great story, man. I really think Shredder in Hell is just building up to his resurrection back into the main ongoing storyline. I keep talking about Shredder in Hell. I keep talking about Ninja Turtles to you guys. I really hope that you're diving into this series. It is not the turtles like these turtles over here that we remember from the 80s cartoons, man. This is some really good artwork by Mateus Santuloco. The writing is superb. I absolutely love these stories, man. It is not the turtles you remember. Go pick it up. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ongoing and the Shredder in Hell. Awesome, awesome stories, guys. That's all I got to say about that. So that's it from Independence, guys. 3 books, 3 different publishers. Let me know, what did you pick up from Independence? All right, let's get into Marvel, man. Marvel picked up 5 books? Yeah, 5 books. First up, we're going to start off with the big one for the week, man. War of the Realms. This is issue number 4, I want to say. Yeah, 4. This is coming out every other week. I've been really digging it, man. Jason Aaron writing on this. He's been writing Thor, man, since back in like 2012 or something like that. And this is really the culmination of everything that he started back then. Malekith is taken over Midgard, or as we know it, called Earth, and he's set up every continent with these different realms, right? So the ice giants and the dark elves and the trolls and the fire, Zuthbatim. I don't exactly know how to say it, but it's really dope, man. And it's just a huge war story with all these different heroes that we have come to love and learn about through the comics readings. They're fighting back. They're fighting Malekith. They're taking it to his realm. They're taking it to the Dark Elves world, because he has his own Bifrost. So if you don't really know much about Thor and all of this, the Bifrost is this road that the gods use to get to the different realms. Well, Malekith has his own. Instead of his being a rainbow bridge, right, he has the black Bifrost. So the heroes of Earth are trying to destroy that, but also use it at the same time to send off their different teams to the different realms to do some damage on that side and get them away from Earth. Super awesome, man. War of the Realms has been really good. I was super surprised. Usually with Marvel huge stories like this, they start off really well. Issue 1, issue 2 gets you into them, but then they kind of taper off and it's not as good. But man, it's got me into it, right? And I'm super stoked to be reading such a great story. And continuing on with this War of the Realms, I picked up Strike Force. This one is called The War Avengers #1. So, Strike Force, 2 weeks ago, I picked up another Strike Force. These Strike Force are just one issue, one shots of these different teams, right? And these different teams, Strike Force teams, have been sent off to these, different missions. War Avengers, you can see the team right there, and it's led by Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. Their main mission is to protect Earth. While all these other teams are off in the different realms, their main mission is to protect Earth and do what they can to continue the war on Midgard. Carol Danvers in here talks about, like, they're not going to, this team in particular is not going to win the war. They might lose, but what they're supposed to do is hold the line until the rest of the team can do what they need to do. I was a little confused because I read War of the Realms issue 4 first, and then I read this, but it looks like you're supposed to read this one and then get into War of the Realms issue 4. But it doesn't really matter. You kind of get the gist of what's going on. The only thing that if you read issue 3, War of the Realms, Venom got taken over by Malekith, right? So that's why I was a little confused, because I read this and Venom is on this team. But this supplements that War of the Realms #3. And it shows you kind of what happened at that time when Venom got taken over by Malekith. Super exciting stuff. I absolutely, I dig War of the Realms. This Strike Force just wasn't as good, I think, as the last Strike Force one that had Lady Freyja on there, and it had Punisher. That was a really good one. This one, it's okay. I know some people aren't really into the tie-ins for War of the Realms, but I think these Strike Force ones are tie-ins that you want to pick up just to really wrap yourself around the whole War of the Realms story arc. All right, guys? Next up, I'm going to save that one for last. Next up, we got Guardians of the Galaxy #5. I did pick up the Battle Lines variant, this Virgin cover with Gamora on it. This is super nice cover, man. I love these Battle Lines covers because they're the Virgin variants, man. And for those of you that are watching my show and don't know what a Virgin variant is, that is when a cover is just the picture, okay? It's just the artwork. You don't see any of the words. You don't see a barcode, any of that. All of that's going to be on the back of the book. So, Guardians of the Galaxy, you got a new team of Guardians, plus you have these Dark Guardians. They are going after Gamora because they believe that now with Thanos dead, he has downloaded his brain and he has put it into her to be resurrected at some point. But in this issue, you find out it's not Gamora, guys. I don't want to spoil it for you. Don't want to spoil it, but I know I can say that in this issue, you find out who it is that has has been taken over by Thanos. There's a super funny part in this issue, and I'm going to put the picture up. Beta Ray Bill is talking with Quinn, and they're talking about the Inhumans. And last year, there was a Death of the Inhumans storyline going on. Didn't do so well. I don't think it sold well, and I don't think a lot of fans really dug it. And they go into it in this because Beta Ray Bill is talking about how Black Bolt doesn't have his powers anymore, how a lot of the Inhumans were killed off by this villain named Vox, And Quinn says something like, "Oh, I hadn't heard anything about that." And Beta Ray Bill goes, "Oh yeah, don't worry, nobody else really did either." So that's kind of just a little joke on their own part against themselves, because that series didn't do so well. I thought that was kind of funny. Wanted to bring that up. So man, Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm absolutely loving this. Is Donny Cates written too, so you guys know Donny Cates, he's killing it with these issues. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man. This is another one of those battle lines, so I always got to look at the back. This is issue number 21. All right, issue number 21, Amazing Spider-Man. This is the Black Cat battle lines variant. Look at that. Man, that is awesome stuff right there. So this is continuation of the Hunted storyline. This is the penultimate, I think you want to say, right? It's the issue right before the last issue. Man, I thought I was really going to dig this Amazing Spider-Man Hunted storyline. You got Kraven in there. You got Spider-Man in the black suit. A bunch of his villains. They get caught up in, not Times Square. They get caught up in, I can't remember the name. I'm going to write it down at the bottom. In the park. Central Park. Duh. Central Park. They get stuck in Central Park and they're getting attacked by these billionaires that have put themselves, like VR, they put themselves in these robots. But this story right here is more of Kirk Connors and Lizard with Spider-Man, and they're talking about how, Kirk Connors has a child, they're stuck in this prison, and Black Cat and Kirk Connors' son are out there. They're about to get murdered, man, by Kraven's son. So Spider-Man has to do something about it, and they decide that it's better to have this inhibitor that is stuck on the Lizard, pretty much connected to his spinal cord, to rip it out and have him go full blown on Lizard to go save his son. This is what I wanted to read in Amazing Spider-Man Kraven Hunted storyline. The last 4 issues just weren't my thing, but this one was awesome, guys. Absolutely love it. There was some good action scenes, some good dialogue between the characters. Really dug it. I can't really say more about it. The next issue is the last issue, and I think that's where we're going to get finally Kraven the Hunter versus Amazing Spider-Man in the black suit. I'm a black suit Spider-Man fan, as you guys can see behind me. Totally dig that costume, man. Go pick up this issue of Amazing Spider-Man 21. All right, last up for Marvel. You guys know I've been picking this up since issue number 1. Absolutely love it. Immortal Hulk number 17. Beautiful Alex Ross covers, man. This is some good stuff right here. Man, Immortal Hulk stuck in that shadow base. He's being hunted by this guy that is kind of like a plastic dude. He can turn his arms into weapons and shoot. They've turned these lights on in this shadow base that emit this radiation that's not gamma, so it hurts Bruce Banner and the Hulk. But through this process, he's turned himself into Joe Fixit. Now, Joe Fixit is one of these other personalities that Bruce Banner has, that he was back in the 80s. Yeah, late 80s, he turned himself into this Joe Fixit who was kind of running Las Vegas. He was a casino guy. It was back when he was Grey Hulk. So in this issue, he's fighting this plastic dude. He's trying to get out of this shadow base. Awesome. There's some awesome visuals. I'm going to actually post up one of the splash pages of Joe Fixit turning into the Hulk. Man, this artwork's amazing in here. Story's really good. You're going to get a first cameo appearance of not a new character, but a different take on an older character, guys. Absolutely love it. If you haven't been picking up Immortal Hulk, there's not much I can say, man, except, dude, go get it. It's going to be hard to find those first few issues, but at least read it in trade, because this is the best run of Hulk that I've read in a long time, guys. Probably since Planet Hulk, back in the mid 2000s. That was an awesome Hulk storyline. This is really good as well, guys. So what did you guys pick up from Marvel? This is all I got. I really dug what I picked up. What did you get? Let me know in the comments below. So that's it for Marvel. Let's get into the next ones. All right, guys. DC. Man, DC. This is the last ones. First up from DC, we got Teen Titans number 30. Beautiful B cover by Alex Garner with red arrow on there. This is the epilogue of the Terminus Agenda, right? Teen Titans were fighting Deathstroke. Terminus Agenda was this protocol that Damian Wayne had to keep prisoners down in the basement of this, the their hero cave or whatever the hell they were staying in, some abandoned building it looked like. But you got tension between the members of the Teen Titans because 3 of them, Robin, Kid Flash, and Red Arrow, they knew about the prisoners. And then you got Djinn, Crush, and Roundhouse who didn't know. So they're all fighting. They're pissed. You get a lot of action in this one. You get fighting between Crush and Kid Flash, and Damian Wayne is in there. Djinn, she's super pissed off at Damian Wayne and Robin for what he's been doing. Man, this was a great issue. I've been loving Teen Titans since they rehashed it and brought these new characters in. At the very end, you get a surprise appearance by somebody. Don't want to name who that is, but dude, Teen Titans is just going to be getting better and better and better. Check it out, man. All right, next up, I'm going to leave this one for last. Next up, this is a really good one that I've been digging, man, for a while. Nightwing number 60. This is that A cover. In here, you get the first full appearance of a villain called Burnback. Flame villain. He's out there trying to attack cops, and you got the Nightwings trying to save the cops. In this, you finally get some names. Dick or Richard Grayson. They're calling him Rick. Finally, I like that better than calling him Dick. Rick Grayson. He's got some names for some of these Nightwings because Nightwing, this is a team now, and he names 2 of them. He names one Nightwing Red and then Nightwing Prime, which Prime is obviously the leader of the Nightwings. They're fighting. Then they get into some detective work on who could this Burnback person be. And they're thinking it's a daughter of one of the detectives that got injured on the job. And she blames the police force for his injury. And she says in one of the prior issues, she says, I hope all the cops will burn, or something to that nature. So they go and check in with her to see maybe she's prime suspect number 1. Is she a metahuman? Can she turn into this Burnback? You find out in this issue, is it her or is it not? Don't want to tell. Go pick it up, guys. Nightwing, it's been awesome. All right, guys. Next up, Justice League 24 B cover. Man, this is a beautiful cover. I was really torn between the A and the B cover. Decided to pick up the B cover because it has the Trinity. If you didn't know, the Trinity is Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, guys. Those 3, that is the Trinity. The Justice League is still in the 6th dimension. They are fighting their future selves in the 6th dimension. They're trying to escape on a ship with the help from the Legion of Doom. You find out in the last issue, the Legion of Doom in the 6th dimension are actually good guys, and they're getting away from Lois Lane and what's his name? I can't remember his name, but Lois Lane. They're out to get them. You find out in this issue how this 6th dimension, this world, why it is the way it is, and it's partly due to Batman. Batman is always, man, he's such an awesome hero, and I love his story. But damn, when Batman goes bad, Batman really messes up some stuff, right? Digging it. You're finally at the very end. You're finally seeing that these 2 forces are about to fight. Justice League of our Earth and Justice League of the 6th dimension. In the next issue, man, they are going to go blow for blow, guys. Woo! Pick it up. Awesome stuff. Okay, last one picked up. I told you in my video at the very beginning, whatever it's called, my intro video, that I was looking for this, and I found it, guys. Naomi number 5. Boom. And not only did I find 1 copy, guys, I picked up 2 copies of it. That's how good I think this is going to be. I really think this is going to be a super key issue because you do get a first appearance of a new villain. This issue right here tells the whole backstory of who Naomi is, who her parents are, what kind of world does she come from, what happened to that world, and why does she have powers, right? What's that little black box? Why did her parents send her off to this earth? You get everything is in this issue, guys. This is the issue to get with Naomi. Really awesome. The artwork in here is amazing. God, this is some good stuff right here. I've been digging Naomi since issue 1. I know there's some people out there that it's not really their thing. It's a new character. I don't want to really read it. But guys, this is good stuff because it's not a rehash of some character we already know, right? It's not Batman Who Laughs, who I really dig. I like Batman Who Laughs. Or it's not, it's not another take on Spider-Man. This is a brand new character, man. Brian Michael Bendis he's putting some heat into this character. This character's gonna take off. She's gonna be on Young Justice here very soon. Naomi issue 5, man. 9 out of 10, I gotta give it. A lot of dialogue in it, I gotta say. You know, sometimes I'm not the biggest fan of too much dialogue in a comic, but it was well deserved and it's well done in this issue because I wanted to know the history of Naomi, and this issue, bam, gives it all to you guys. So that's all I picked up. New comic book day, guys. I will be on live this weekend. Coast to Coast Comics, Rod the Rican, Jeffrey Comic Hand. Remember, Fridays I'm dropping my Arcs and Minis. Episode number 5 will be coming out this week. We're going to be going over independent book, man. Aftershock, American Monster, issues 1 through 6. And you'll know what I think about that series. And I will be doing the recording for the giveaway from last week's live, 500 drawing, whatever. There were 40 some of y'all that, commented while I was on my live giveaway drawing. So I'm going to put you guys in the randomizer, and I'm going to throw it in to next week's video, or probably Arcs and Minis. Not sure yet. Be on the lookout. I'll let you guys know on Instagram, and I'll push it out there to the comic community. So for everybody else, thanks for watching, man. If this is your first time watching my channel, think about hitting that subscribe or Hulk smashing that subscribe button and bell notification. I'm dropping videos every week, man. At least 2 videos. I'm live, Buyer Pass on Tuesdays, Coast to Coast on Saturdays. Doing a lot of good content for you guys, or at least I'm trying to. But thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.